Hi, so this video is about what came out in the Thirwall Enquiry yesterday. It's looking mostly at the testimony of Karen Reese, and it really is quite interesting because the Thirwall Enquiry itself, it is predicated on Lucy Letby's guilt. And when I say that, I mean it's not there to find Lucy Letby innocent. It's not there to find that, you know, there was anything wrong with the trial. It's just taking the stance that she is guilty as convicted, and they want to find out what went wrong at the hospital, basically. So given that they are taking the stance that Lucy Letby is guilty, what came out yesterday is honestly such a surprise, and it's just turned everything upside down on its head. So Karen Reese, she was the main person giving evidence. She became the head of nursing at the hospital in August 2015. So that is a little time after the suspicious deaths started happening, because they started from June 2015. She has only had experience nursing adults up until that time. So she relied on her nursing colleagues in the neonatal department. You know, she relied on them for information and, you know, what is the case with babies. So she wouldn't have automatically seen that something was wrong. And, you know, if someone said, oh, it's an air embolism, or air embolisms can happen easily, she took that as read. So the point I'm making is that she actually came in really quite unbiased about this, because this was not in her experience. So she came in, you know, quite fresh, and obviously took everything as read. So she was under Eirann Powell at the time. So in August 2015, Dr Breary, now he spoke to Eirann Powell. You know, he asked her what she was going to do about Lucy Letby and the suspicious deaths. So that was Eirann Powell he spoke to, not Karen Reese. So at this point, Karen Reese actually doesn't know anything about this. So they've got this situation apparently in the hospital where there are a suspicious number of deaths. Dr Breary is, you know, having conversations with Eirann Powell, and Karen Reese goes in knowing nothing about this situation, because basically she's not cut in on it. And the first she knows about it is actually in December. So she starts in August. This has been going on since June, and it's already been noted by August. The first thing she knows is December. So she hears it from Eirann Powell, but she's not told about Lucy Letby at that point, I think. So we hop to May 2016. And this is when she starts finding out. So Eirann Powell is actually defending Lucy Letby, and the consultants, it turned out they'd been speaking to the hospital managers, but again Karen Reese had not been cut in on any of this, so she knew nothing about it. And you know, May is like the first she really starts finding out about it, and she notes that, you know, there's a breakdown in trust because they went over my head with this. It's important. I'm supposed to know about stuff like this, but I know nothing about this. And it really became quite obvious. She tells the inquiry that there is a divide between the doctors and the nurses are really scared of the doctors, you know, scared to put their opinions forward. And then this is backed up by another nurse, a senior midwife by the name of Anne-Marie Lawrence, and she commented on the manner of the consultants and the doctors, and she said that all the female doctors, you know, there was definitely a divide in who was respectful and who wasn't. She said all the female doctors, they were all respectful. Adrian Gibbs, he was respectful. And she said the ones who weren't respectful, or the ones who are actually disrespectful, they were Dr Breary and Dr Eirann, and both those two, she says, were not open about reporting incidents. So you can see that there is a problem with these two individuals there, and several of us who have spoken about the Lucy Letby case, we've commented one way or another on, you know, one or both of those two individuals. So by June the 24th, so and I think it's baby P. I couldn't quite hear whether it was baby P or baby G, but I think that this is June the 24th. It's got to be the following year, so I mean it's got to be baby P by now. And we're back to Karen Reese, and this is when everything starts happening, when it all starts coming out. And you know, it's really the first time she gets properly informed, well, in as far as she can be informed of anything. So she gets an urgent bleep to see her boss, who is Karen Townsend, and Karen Townsend relays to her that she had met Dr Eirann in the hospital shop for a coffee, and he had said that the paediatricians had concerns about Lucy Letby and they thought she was harming babies. So this is June the 24th. This is the first time Karen Reese, the head of nursing, hears anything about it, okay? So Reese wants to know where is the rationale to support an allegation like this. So she immediately goes to find Eirann and Breary. She finds Eirann in his office, so she asks, you know, I need more information about this. You know, I need you to give me information about, you know, what's going on. And he says, well, we are concerned that Lucy Letby is harming babies. And she says, yes, and I need more information, please. So he's just, you know, literally coming out with this line, but not backing it up. So off she trots, she goes to Breary, and she says, look, I need more information. You need to, you know, give me your evidence. You need to back up what you're saying. He says, well, I have a gut feeling and a drawer full of doom. I mean, who says that? A drawer full of doom. So obviously he's got all his evidence in a drawer. So she asks to see this drawer full of doom, this evidence, which he refuses to give up. But he says Lucy Letby needs to be removed. And she says Lucy Letby's not going anywhere without evidence. So you can see there's a back and forth about this. You know, so basically they're saying, you know, Lucy Letby's harming babies, and she's saying, yes, but show me the evidence. Yeah, but she's harming babies. Yeah, but can you please show me the evidence? Yeah, but she needs to be removed. She's harming babies. Okay. So she then goes to Alison Kelly and Yvonne Farmer. So they are higher up managers. And she asks Yvonne Farmer, in a general sense, if she has any concerns about any of her staff. And she does this quite cleverly. She doesn't name anyone, she just asks, you know, how your staff, are you happy with all of them? Do you have any concerns? And Yvonne Farmer says, no, I have no concerns about any of my staff. So she quite cleverly does not name Lucy Letby, so there's no leading questions. So there are no concerns among, like, the nursing manager staff. So at this point, she's concerned that Eirann and Breary have a personal issue with Lucy Letby, and seriously, it's got to look like it, because they're saying she's harming babies, they won't give evidence, but no one else seems to have a problem with Lucy Letby. So she then, Karen Reese then goes to Lucy Letby and asks her, you know, how she gets on, you know, with the other staff, how she finds working with the consultants, what does she feel about them. And this is where it gets really quite shocking. Lucy Letby says that she feels that she has good relationships with the consultants, and especially with Dr Eirann. So he's been going round, you know, for, it seems, him and Breary for quite some months, you know, saying that they want Lucy Letby off the ward, she's harming the babies, and Lucy Letby is saying, oh, they're great to work with, especially Dr Eirann. And of course, when she finds out that they've been completely two-faced about this, she's really completely shocked. So Karen Reese escalates it to Alison Kelly, you know, because obviously some really quite serious allegations have been made by now. And once she's done that, she's on her way home, and she gets a sudden phone call, and it turns out to be from Dr Breary, and he's calling from a different number, so she doesn't recognise the number, and he's ringing her, you know, in all urgency, to say, you have to, you know, take Lucy Letby off the unit. So that's as far as really I got with it, because I think there wasn't that much after that, but that was the video summed up. So yeah, do have a look at it. It's because there's so many videos about the Thirwall Enquiry, and it is really good to listen and see what is unfolding there. It's so just type into YouTube the Thirwall Enquiry, and for the filters put the date, and then it will come up with Karen Reese giving her evidence. So obviously they couldn't take Lucy Letby off the unit because there was no evidence she'd done anything, and obviously what transpired after that was what transpired. And as I said in the beginning, given that the Thirwall Enquiry is predicated on Lucy Letby actually being guilty of what she's been convicted of and accused of, this is really just turning everything upside down on its head and showing quite a different picture. So yeah, I hope that was useful to you. Please like, subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video.